All right, what is up, everyone? Today, I don't have a workout for you. Instead, I have a simple spinal stretch for you guys. So I am super excited to share this with you. I'm gonna show you first what we're gonna do, and then we're gonna do the full exercise all out. So let's get started. All right, for your simple spinal stretch, we are going to do just a couple movements here. Each one we're gonna hold for about 30 seconds. That way we can really dig deep into the stretch. We're gonna start on our mats with our legs crossed. If you need to pull out some of the flesh from under your legs and your bottom, so you're really grounded into the ground here, then we are going to reach our arms up tall overhead, opening up through the chest, saying good morning to the world, and reaching long as we fold over and then back up through the chest again. So these are our good mornings. You can do these from standing, but you can also do them from seated, which we are going to do those for 30 seconds. After those good mornings, we are going to do a spinal rotation. So you can send your legs long in front of you. So legs are straight. I'm going to cross my right leg over my left. I'm gonna go by the knee here. If you need to open up a little bit further, open the leg a little further by the calf, that's okay. So we are going to do a spinal rotation. So I'm going to bring my left arm across my right knee and twist through the core. So notice that I'm facing towards the right side. I'll get a nice spinal stretch here, a nice twist, and you can even pull that thigh in and you'll get a stretch across the outside of that right thigh. So we are going to do the right side and then same thing on the left side, twisting through the spine and getting that nice spinal stretch here. So we're gonna hold each of those for 30 seconds. From that straight leg spinal rotation, we are going to do a straight leg fold over. So I will turn to the side just so we can get a better view. My legs are straight out in front. My feet are hip width apart. I'm going to sit up nice and tall here. So make sure my back is flat. Reach my arms tall, tall, tall. Reach towards the sky. Tall, tall, tall. Stay long as you reach towards the toes, maybe even reaching further past the toes. And you can fold into your fold over at the very last second. We're gonna hold this for 30 seconds. If you need to bend and straighten the legs or maybe point and flex through the feet, that will help give you an even better stretch. So we'll hold that for 30 seconds. After that fold over, we are going to do a single leg to chest stretch. So this will require you being on your back. So scoot your bottom forward and carefully come to your back and we'll start with our right leg. Bring your leg overhead. You can reach behind your ankles, behind your calves, behind your thighs, whatever works for you, and pull that leg in nice and close to the chest while keeping the hips on the ground. So you wanna keep your hips square and you wanna keep them on your mat, but just pulling that in, you'll get a really deep stretch in the back of the hamstrings, which is also really good for your back. So really important to stretch those hamstrings. We'll do the same thing on the left side, hold that for 30 seconds. And then last but not least, we are going to do a happy baby stretch. So if you've never done this one before, it might feel a little bit funny. It's a little bit of a weird position, but we will lay on our backs, and just like a baby lays on the ground when they're playing, you know how they kind of play with their feet? They lay and they open their hips up. So this is great for your hips. So you're gonna bring your legs wide and grab onto the instep of both feet. So like you're pressing those feet towards the ground. So you'll feel this through your hips, through your thighs. This is an amazing stretch. It might look a little bit weird, but that's okay. Just let your legs fall into this stretch because it feels really good. And we're gonna hold on to this one for 30 seconds because you'll definitely appreciate this stretch. So that is our happy baby, and that was our simple seated spinal stretch. So we are going to do the whole thing holding each of the movements for 30 seconds. Let's get into it. All right, everyone, it is time to get into our seated simple spinal stretch. So we're going to do these movements each for 30 seconds, starting with our seated good mornings, sitting crisscross applesauce. We're going to pull out the extra flesh from our bottoms and our legs so we can sit nice and grounded and reach nice and tall, nice and high, opening up through the arms and taking your big deep breaths in here as we fold over, opening through the chest and reaching forward. So make sure we stay nice and long as we reach forward. Our back stays flat and just opening up through the body here. This is really waking up the entire upper body. So make sure that you are getting those nice deep breaths in and stretching out the arms, opening through the chest, getting your breath regulated and warming up your body. This is a great time to clear your mind and get rid of those negative thoughts. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, going right into a spinal rotation. So we're gonna bring our legs forward in front of us, starting with that right side. We're gonna cross the right ankle over the left leg and twisting through the spine, making sure to grab onto that right knee with your left hand. You can always place the elbow behind that right knee. You can always twist a little less or twist a little more, just holding this for 30 seconds. Maybe getting some nice deep breaths in here. So focusing on your breath, nothing else. Keeping that front leg straight and keeping the chest open. 3, 2, and 1, come back to the center. We're gonna cross the right ankle over the left ankle over the right leg this time for our spinal stretch, and pushing on that knee just so slightly with the right elbow or grabbing onto that knee so that you can feel the stretch in the outer part of your left leg. If you need to turn a little bit forward again, that's okay. If you need to bring that ankle closer to the calf instead of the knee, that's okay too. Just really lengthening through the stretch. Stretching nice and deep. We got 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center. This time we are going to do a straight leg fold over. So this one is nice and relaxing. Bringing those legs straight in front of you. Feet are flexed. Reach nice and tall, nice and high. Long, long, long. Reach, reach, reach. And fold over carefully. And then you can fall into your fold over at the very last second. Get some nice deep breaths while you're in here. If you need to shake out your knees, so little bends in the knees or point and flex through the feet, that'll deepen your stretch even more. But try to reach a little further past your toes. This is a great stretch. This is great for the backs of the legs, and maybe even trying to reach for your toes or reach a little further than you did before. While you're in this stretch, go a little bit deeper. We got 3, 2, and 1. Carefully come up to seated. After that straight leg fold over, we are going to go into a single leg stretch. So this is a single leg to your chest. We're going to scoot forward just a little bit and bring our upper body on the mat. So all relaxation through the upper body, just stretching through the lower legs. So we're going to keep the left leg bent and pull on the back of that right calf. Remember, we are keeping our hips down on the mat. Our hips stay squared. If you need to grab behind the ankle, if you're more flexible, behind the calf, behind the thigh, if you're a little less flexible, we want to try to keep that knee straight. So we don't really want to grab onto the joint. It's better to grab on behind one of the muscles. So the ankle, the calf, or the thigh, and pull it in nice and close. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set that right leg down and bring that left leg to your chest. Again, grabbing on behind the ankle, calf, or the thigh, depending on what works for you. Try to focus on getting that leg straight first and then pulling it to your chest. So rather than pulling a bent leg close to you, try to get that leg as straight as you can. If you are up here, just grab on behind the thigh, just get that leg as straight as you can. The more you stretch, the better it is for your muscles. It helps you recover. And if you practice a stretch more often, you'll become more flexible. So 3, 2, and 1. You can release that leg. And last but not least, our happy baby. So go ahead and stay on your mat, stay where you are. This time, open the knees out to the side and grab for the insteps of the feet and press those feet down towards the carpet. So think the bottom, the soles of your shoes should be facing up to the sky, and your knees should be out to the sides. So you'll feel this in your inner thighs, you'll feel this in your hip flexors. This is a great stretch to do, especially when we sit all day long. This is super important to stretch through our hips. So pressing those feet down, if you can grab onto the ankles and drive your knees towards the ground, that's okay. Grabbing for the insteps of the feet is better. We got 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release those legs and carefully come up to a neutral position, nice and slow, nice and gentle. And that was your simple seated spinal stretch routine. So that was really great. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Stretching is so important. So make sure that you guys are stretching every day, keeping your muscles loose and mobile, and it's great for recovery. So make sure you guys are stretching. Hope you enjoyed that. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next one.